Thrilled to have in studio with us two fantastic gentlemen, and boy oh boy, you do make me laugh, the two of you. We of course have Colin and Justin. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Ooh, thanks for having us. Gorgeousness.
I have no idea where the heck this is going to go, but boy oh boy, just hang on everybody, and we're going to take you for a little ride.
The advent of real estate investing is really an international concept. You guys have done it over in the UK. The model is really the same. If you find that gem, you find the hidden place, you invest your time and your money finishing the way you want, you have the ability to flip the properties. Becoming a little more difficult to do here in the GTA because there just isn't any product available. But now you're venturing up and you're doing that in cottage country. So you've sort of done a similar concept there, right?
Yeah, we have. We had no idea that we were going to end up buying a cottage in Canada because we have our lovely condo and we're very happy there. Oops. The things you do, you turn your back and before you know it.
Yeah.
But we had no idea that we would end up buying a cottage. We went up with some friends regularly to stay with friends of friends in their cottages and fell in love with Muskoka. We also really liked the Kawarthas, so we kind of looked at both areas, but we found something we could afford and we dived in, and it's become the subject of our show.
Well, there's a reason they say Muskoka, once discovered, never forgotten.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter
sucks
where
you in, doesn't it?
They say that about us as well.
I bet.
It's weird you're talking about property, though. You know, how come is it then that cottage country is a place where furniture goes to die?
Cottage is supposed to be full of all the trinkets that you don't want at the house in the city.
Yeah,
right?
so
Coffee
there's the
personality.
word.
Take it to the cottage.
Want. Okay, so don't want. So if you go to if I gave you a hotel brochure and it was full of kind of mismatched furniture from the 70s, threadbare carpets, and nothing matched, it's going to be 2-star. Okay, we think Canadians deserve a 5-star experience, and that's the push behind our show. You know, behind Cabin Pressure. It's not about knocking down a log cabin and building a McMansion, but it's about being slightly selfish and looking at yourself and saying, okay, I'm going to spend a lot of time here. What do I need? You know, what do I need to actually really indulge? You know, and we talked to a lot of older cottagers and they said, look, I've got a photograph of the cottage. It's in a frame on my desk. You know, and I was like, I need that. So we've installed live video. So I can pick up my...
and watch the water?
Yeah, exactly. I could pick up my smartphone and click on it and have a look at that. A brilliant company in Toronto, Command Performance, put this system in whereby you pull out your phone and have a look and we can watch live. So I feel kind of 21st century, but at the same time, still quite cottagey.
Well, that is very Star Trek of you.
You're taking it to a whole other level.
Yeah. You know what? But
I'm fancy.
You have identified an interesting concept in cottaging. What's beautiful about cottages is the fact that everyone is unique. A cottage is what you make it. For some people, it is a roof and 4 walls. That's it. For some, it's an air-conditioned boathouse with their $400,000 speedboat underneath. It really is what you make it, and you guys certainly are having fun up there making your own ways.
Oh my goodness, you've no idea. We absolutely love it. When we bought our cottage, we bought it completely fully furnished and full of chattels or chattels? Full of the chattels that had been part of the house.
Nice they are, I guess. They could be chattels.
Ours were really chattels, and we sold anything that was nice. We sold on eBay or Kijiji, and we used all of that money to buy stuff to make our cottage beautiful as far as we're concerned. And our big adage is, it's not how much money you spend, it's how you spend it. And it's not what you buy, it's where you buy it and how creative you are as you start dreaming of what your cottage should look like. And we've built ourselves the most gorgeous little sanctuary, and we didn't break the bank. And Cabin Pressure is all about that. It's all about looking at alternative ways of feathering your cottage nest and not breaking the bank. And what's the point going into cardiac freefall with panic about how much you've spent? It takes the charm of your holiday home away. We go up there and we think, that didn't cost much. We found that in St. Lawrence Market, or we bought that in Kijiji, or I blagged that from a friend who had it in their basement. Blagged, incidentally, means to take away from a friend. Legitimately. It's not steal, it's take it from them. Yeah, say that again?
Against their knowledge.
Well, no, generally they have to be consensual for that, for blagging to be properly.
Consensual theft.
Indeed.
Consensual theft.
Okay, I do want to take it back for 1 second, though, because we get a lot of questions from people with this expectation. And I'm going to use the term flipping because people understand what that means, okay? Where they think because of what they've seen on TV, that it's something that is really easy, okay? It can be done quickly, easy. It's just an easy way to make money. I need your help because I think there needs to be a little education there. Because what you see on TV is exactly that, is TV. And I think we need to remind people of that. We need to clarify it is a business and you don't go into it lightly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So maybe you can touch on that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, every home is different, you know, and they all have different secrets, you know.
Hidden gems.
Hidden gems that they're only going to share with you once you've signed over your life and you own these babies. You know, on Cabin Pressure, we're trying not to do that kind of thing whereby we just gloss over everything, you know. So it's a proper reality show in the real sense of the word, the true sense of the word.
You're doing this, Reno, to live in it and to enjoy it. It's not for a quick flip. It's for personal enjoyment.
And it's not for TV either.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't buy a cabin and say, let's make a TV show. We bought our cottage. We had it for a couple of months to get a feel for it, to see
then thought,
how it would look at different times of the year. And then it just so happened that Cottage Life came to us and said, you're going to renovate your cottage this summer, aren't you? And we said, yeah, we're going to do it all this summer because I don't want a hobby farm. You know, I don't want to be reminded of work every weekend.
Yeah.
We're looking at investing, giving away our first summer so that we can have 20 years of future summers.
And you're living
work.
there while this is all happening as well.
We're living there. But to kind of get back to the flipping idea, what I would say to anybody, whether they're thinking of buying a rundown condo or a rundown townhome or a rundown whatever, you've got to know your area. Not everything can be flipped easily. And we joke with a lot of our friends and our clients that we're dealing with flip-flops flipped. Do you know, we're looking at properties that some of our clients or friends have bought and have renovated in the wrong way. Do you know, for example, let's say you maybe live in a brilliant catchment area for a school, then it's a no-brainer that the kind of properties that you're going to want to look for are those that would attract families. Do you know, it's a no-brainer. But we know so many people that have bought in a school catchment area and then have created this like a bachelor pad environment, and then they
didn't understand their buyers.
They didn't understand their demographics. And we say that the biggest part of flipping a property is knowing who's going to be the buyer of that property and going to an area and getting a feel for it and understanding the kind of amenities that are there, and being market appropriate. That's our big buzz term. Make your property, your potential flipping property, market appropriate. Otherwise, it'll become market inappropriate and then you'll have a loss.
So explain that, Justin, when you're saying market appropriate for our listeners' sake.
All right. Well, market appropriate to us is all about building a home or restyling or flipping a home to attract the market that you think is likely to want to buy it. So in the beach, for example, where there are some beautiful small to medium-sized family houses, then you want to renovate for a family market. You don't want to be too ostentatious. You don't want to go for anything that's overtly high-tech. You want to think in terms of a property that can be styled to appeal to mum and dad with maybe 2 12-year-old kids or 3 teenagers who are going to think, okay, my life could be transplanted into that property. Similarly, if you're buying a property that's a condo, maybe a 10 or 12-year-old condo, and it's a bit down at heels, it doesn't look particularly exciting anymore, then there's no point trying to build a family environment in a one-bedroom space. You're going to build something that's going to appeal to the young urbanite. And we actually really benefited from that ourselves. We actually bought our condo down at the Sky Dome about 7 years ago, and whoever had it before us had built what essentially looked like a family ranch bungalow inside the top floor of our building. And when we came to look at it, people were walking in and saying, "Oh, I hate this. It looks too cutesy. It's too family oriented." And we were like, we can make this so cool for 2 urban boys. And it's been the best thing that we ever did. So the seller of our place made a big mistake. His was a flop, which we flipped, although we didn't actually sell it. We've just enjoyed the benefit of making it appropriate for us.
Thing is, every neighbourhood has a ceiling price, you know, so just you got to look at what properties have actually gone for in the past, you know, and then if you find something that's at a lesser price, then you got to do your maths, haven't you, and think, okay, is there money to be made in this? You know, are there other people chasing this as well? You know, and sometimes, you know, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, and if you've got a good clean offer and you can get in there, you know, and you're not worried about selling something else, then you actually might swoop in and get yourself a great bargain. But as Justin said, it's about profiling the area, it's about knowing the type of person who's moving into that area, and then about creating something that's so right for them. It's like when you spec up a car, you know, if you've got a family of 4, you're not going to buy a 2-seater. You're going to buy something that's got kind of extra cup holders, and you want TVs in the back. So you add all these little things that make that family of 4 the most special family of 4 in that car, and that's how you sell them a car, isn't it? You do the same when you're selling a property. You know, it's a weird thing what we used to do. You know, we watch all these like shows that are about staging, you know, and da-da-da.
Exactly.
And staging always looks a bit staged. And, you know, in stage, that word, it just sounds a bit stagnant. We used to take that to the next level. And we would get, when people were coming round to view, we would open the door and go, "Oh, I'm really, really sorry.
Oh my goodness, there's a showing.
I forgot you were here. Oh, please, just come in, just come in." So they would come in.
Place is a little messy.
They would come into the house and it would be immaculate. You'd be wearing like a beautiful like designer outfit, eating sushi off the counter and drinking champagne. "Oh my God, I'm really sorry. This is what we do in this house. This is the type of people we are. You could be these people too if you buy this property." And can I just tell you that 9 times out of 10, we sold everything in the house. We sold all the furniture, all the chattels in the house, which you don't do in Britain at all. We We used to just sell our lives and then move on.
It's interesting as well. One thing that we notice over here, and we see tons and tons of this, is the fact that obviously we chatted earlier about the fact that there isn't as much land anymore, so we're building up, particularly in the GTA. But there are 4 property terms that we follow religiously with our clients, and here they are.
All right.
Gapping, I'll tell you what each of them is, but gapping, corner plotting, topping, and shopping, okay?
Taking notes.
Topping. Topping is when you find a house that's got good foundations, but it's currently a bungalow, and you buy it with a view to building up, so you put another floor on it. It's all over Etobicoke, it's all over Mimico Village.
That's
Everybody's
right.
topping out there. Okay, corner plotting is what's happening in Forest Hill. You go around, you find the houses with the big gardens on a corner, you make them an offer, you go to planning, you buy their garden off them, and you put a new house in there, okay? So that's corner plotting. Gapping is when you go to areas which have got quite wide spaces between the houses. You speak to both neighbours either side, you buy a bit of their garden, you put them together, and you've gapped it. You've gone in there. And the other one, which I'm fascinated by, is shopping. Shopping happens all over Britain at the moment. We're running out of houses, so we're buying old shops. So a corner shop in a residential area makes a beautiful conversion to maybe a little small home. So gapping, corner plotting, shopping, and topping. They're the things that we've got to be creative with if we want to find new ways to make our property dollar go that bit further.
Unbelievable. Love it.
It's funny, they come into another country,
Yeah.
another continent. Everyone says, okay, so how are the homes different here, different to back in the UK? Yeah, it's the same old offences, the same old thing. And people just don't actually draw a line and say, okay, this is who we are now. This is who we want to be in the future, and this is how we can actually tailor our space around that to make that as pleasurable as possible. There's loads of empty nesters. The mum and dad were a bit older, the kids had moved on, and they kept the bedrooms like shrines. We were like, okay, we're going to knock all the bedrooms into one. You need a dressing room, you need a bathroom. No, don't do it. And then when you do it, they just feel rewarded and so special. You know what? So
Yeah.
you can be slightly selfish with property people and do it for yourself.
Real estate is real estate. There's differences, but it's exciting no matter where you are. And I'm going to steal from a regular guest that we have on. He's a great investor. And he always says this, when I think of buying, because you've given great 4 things that honestly, it's a great approach when you're looking at doing any kind of building. But his whole idea was it's about understanding a neighborhood. And he would look just around the line. That line, which we all know that in certain neighborhoods, you've got that cutoff line where it's really great. And then it just starts to teeter off to get a little worse. He said, I always buy on the line and then I move the line.
Yeah.
Because he's improved it and fixed it
It's
on
a
that
ripple
line.
effect.
There
We
you
call
go.
that the ripple effect.
So I love that. Buy on the line and move the line.
Nice.
See, there's my, even though I'm stealing it, I'm giving you boys something back.
Facebook about that today. I'll call it buying on the line.
Oh, so Victor Manoj, I'm giving you full credit for that.
Oh,
So
you know Victor.
do you know Victor? Well, there you go. So then we all know Victor. That's his little mantra. So gentlemen, love having you on the show. Please tell me you'll be regulars. We'll get you back on here because you've got a wealth of information. And boy, oh boy, you're so much fun.
You need to learn to make better coffee, though. That's all I'm going to say.
And that's because I don't drink coffee.
Oh, I've got you. Well, you need to learn to
It
make
won't be
better
coffee next time.
Champagne all the way.
Exactly.
A day without champagne is like a day without sunshine.
And just
Maple whiskey.
and just
Nice.
and just the
whiskey.
thought of Aaron McCoy on coffee. We'll end with that.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having us.
Have you ever had a squirrel eat a chocolate-covered espresso bean? That's pretty good.
Nutty all the way. Thank you, gentlemen.
Our
Cheers.
pleasure.